All right. Well, I'm sorry they have to go from adorable to this, but he's back, baby. He's back in the saddle again.
Do you know what? Honestly, do you know who has it the best out of this whole universe?
Sherman.
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
I agree.
He doesn't have to put up with it anymore.
Everything this is him on Facebook. Everything my phobic, but I have a rainbow flag on my front step of my house. So you getting beaten by a skinhead while I stand back and sat.
Very convoluted sentence.
And about it is nothing horribly wrong. Brother-in-law does in this house. I keep. Wow, this is.
He's really bad.
I keep on record. He is the most full of shit, phony person who literally is just my sister's willing black slave. In these fucked up matters.
Why do these people, right, always end up being more racist than the actual racists I know?
Of course.
You know, like the racists that I know that get, scrutinized by the media are just like, yeah, he's a black guy. Just want him to leave me alone. Just stay away from my daughter. Like, which is whatever. But it's the leftist guys that are always just like, what are you, a plantation slave, you fucking Uncle Tom? I'll whip you like a fucking slave, you N. And you're like, wait a minute. I thought you were weren't you the altruistic ones? I thought you were the good guys. It's just like, fucking plantation slave. And you're like, dude, I know guys in the that wouldn't say that.
He then says, this is why I need a girlfriend to move in with me.
This fantasy, the big buff girlfriend that's going to...
Because with a woman in my life, my parents have to keep anti-face maskers out of my house like two of the men on this recording are each time. They come over from so many other places.
This is the ramblings of a madman.
With a woman in my life, my mom will not be as tolerant about how often my phony transphobic black brother-in-law comes over, as she is pretty much a closet racist, just like he is transphobic. Remember, he was blaming Sherman this whole time. Sherman's gone now, so he has a new villain. He needs a new villain.
I want to just point out, because I know I pointed out last time that I love how in his triumphant fantasy of having a girlfriend come and live with him and stand up for him, it's still in his parents' house. Like, he's still going to come here and live with me here and sponge off my parents with me. None of his imagination is funny. Like, he doesn't imagine anything where he's, like, self-sufficient and self-reliant and living on his own and has a woman in his life. Like, it's when I get a girlfriend to come move in this hellhole with me, then I'll be set. And then it's like, he's already just assuming that he's allowed to move a girl in, right?
Of course.
Which is also obnoxious.
Well, there's an empty room.
But is that not another layer of his obnoxiousness where it's like, none of this has been discussed with anybody. It's just when I get a girlfriend and move her in here, and it's like, no, Earl. The goal should be when you move out and then you get a girlfriend and then you guys have a place. Then it's you guys. I would love to see him get a girlfriend, move out, and get his own place, just because the posts would then become, she's a phobic, she beats me, she's a psychopath.
You're right.
You don't know what she's doing to me.
Some people are new and they don't know. If you're looking for the entire, because we can't explain it in one sitting. If you're looking for the entire Hypernova saga, it's on our clip channel. YouTube.com/ROTC media. There's a playlist of the Dayton Hypernova saga if you want to see it from the beginning.
It's a lot of lore to catch up on.
It's a whole bunch. Wizard got a good point. His girlfriend could live in the tinfoil room.
That's right. Can I keep you? I'm going to get a girlfriend that will stand up for me, and she can live in the attic surrounded by tinfoil like a pot plant.
So this is a long one and with a lot of grammatical errors. My parents actively ignored payments owed to me the entire month of January, and I didn't bother about it with their son's death. You mean your brother? I kept working for them every week anyway. Tonight I told my dad on camera in front of his religious good deeds friend, which he is a hypocrite about, and everywhere when his friends is not here. That he needs to pay me for last week's work and this week's work, and to not ignore payments anymore. I went easy on you last month because of things.
So wait a minute, but he
went easy on him.
This post is all right. Like, we've read a lot of these Earl posts.
Mm-hmm.
he's not that coherent to begin with. He's obviously not that well spoken, but these are bad even for him, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I feel like he's probably drinking a lot or doing something because they got these pretzels here that $2.50. What are you, crazy? Get out of here. When he writes Marge the love letter, it's that kind of rambling where you're like, you need to not be writing or in public right now or posting.
The only way my dad was not snarky at me in front of his good deeds Christian friends was by mentioning to him, I need the money I'm working for, especially if I work with the lady mentioned who is affiliated with Andy Warhol's people. He's working with someone who knows Andy Warhol's people.
He's such a bad stereotype, right?
Remember that time he was texting me for like 3 months thinking I was a Dr. Phil producer? Because that's a thing that actually happened.
And then he kept posting about how he's talking to Dr. Phil's producer. Oh, my God. But it's just, he really is every, like, unlikable trope.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that hates the Christianity. Everything's a fucking phobic thing. He's a substance abuser. It's just, everything is packed into this one guy.
He stops being an asshole to me when I mention that. I might eventually have to mention her first name, but avoid mentioning her husband at all or the last name. This is literally how I talk my god-awful, hypocritical, wealthy parents into paying me what they owe me when they afford vacations multiple times a year.
Yes, but you know what, dude? They afford vacations with their money, Earl, with their money. You live in their house for free. You have absolutely no legal stake in living there. Like, they could kick you out at any time if they wanted to. They pay you to do nothing and live in their house. They've put up with... These people have put up with a lot. They're fucking saints at this point. Let them... They're allowed to go on vacation. It's their money. You're living in their house. I don't... Could you, like... I can't grasp, like, you're living in somebody's house and then they go, all right, I'm going on vacation. I'm taking a week off. Do me a favor. Just make sure the pets are taken care of. Try not to trash the place. And we'll be back in 2 weeks and go, yeah, must be nice. Must be nice to be rich and go on vacations. And it's like, you're living here for free. What are you talking about? This is a vacation, Earl. Your life has been a vacation.
So this is the video that he posted in relation to those posts. Carrying laundry upstairs and telling my dad. But I need you to look at this. Look, it's one long word.
Yeah.
Carrying laundry upstairs and telling my dad they have to pay me each week. Went easy on them last month.
All of Earl's, all of Dayton Hypernova's video titles read like the titles of Fall Out Boy songs. You know,
cute without the E.
No, that's Taking Back Sunday. Like Fall Out Boy was always like, tell that Mick he just made my list of things to do today. It was always entire sentences. It was like, what was the other band that ripped off Fall Out Boy? Panic at the Disco. It's the same thing. They had entire sentences as song titles, and you're like, this is annoying.
It's like the title of a Frasier episode, the one where Frasier goes on vacation. All right, let's check this one out. I fast-forwarded after the pretzel bag thing, or Sun Chips bag.
Can we stop saying that? Because it's actually making me hate Sun Chips. I
love Sun Chips.
I was going to get Sun Chips the other day, and then I thought of that, and I was like, I don't want them anymore. Crunch. This is just a Sun Chips Super Bowl ad.
It's terrible.
Crunchy, crunch, crunch.
I promise you there's talking in here somewhere. Here we go.
What's that?
What do you mean by easy?
Oh, I just have it. I mean, you guys haven't paid me in a month.
I think you haven't
Or more
paid
than
me in a
that.
month.
What about December and January on my credit card?
Yeah, that was the last 2 weeks of December.
So his dad is correctly pointing out that I might not have paid you this month, but you used my credit card. Remember, he was using his credit card to buy $700 worth of tinfoil?
And he thinks that's just the separate magic money.
Yes,
That doesn't
count.
need to be paid back or anything. It's
Doesn't
like,
count.
no. That was, I just used your credit card to order pizza. That has nothing to do with what I'm entitled to. And you're like, what? I'd have fucking killed this guy by now.
Okay, how much was that?
325. I guess technically it'd be $25 for the first week of January.
I'm gonna show you my credit card. But that's all right. I'll hear
I
you.
mean, I can look at it. I already know what it's saying.
Well, I'm
It's all on eBay.
Okay.
Also, you know what it is? Like, to know he's full of shit.
I've gone easy.
You know he's full of shit, and you know deep down he kind of knows he's full of shit because the way he's handling this with like well, you know, it's like I was hoping that I could get a couple, you know, because you're supposed to pay me or whatever. Like that sheepishness, that doesn't come out when you're really owed money by somebody you've worked hard for. If you worked your ass off for somebody they didn't pay you, you'd go, hey, cocksucker, I want my fucking money. I'm not fucking playing around anymore. I did all my fucking work. We made a deal. That's how you say it when you're somebody who hasn't been stealing their credit cards and using them and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you go, hey, I want my goddamn money.
Yeah, the past one, this past week and this week, you have to like get back to regular because I really need to earn my money, especially if there's a lady involved in stuff.
The only way I could bring it up is by talking about this lady that I met visiting in Los Angeles.
Knew and worked with Andy Warhol.
Who worked with Andy Warhol before he passed away in the 80s.
Cares.
That's the only way to have a straight conversation. I mean, they're so narcissistic, but that's the only conversation. This lady who I actually got in contact with has been talking to me about my 3D film projects, my 3D camera, and stuff that I'm trying to work on.
The lady is either non-existent,
or humoring
pranking you, or lying to you, because we've seen your 3D camera project. It's aluminum foil, Earl.
Those conversations are the
To
only
be
ones
fair,
that
I mean, Andy Warhol painted a bunch of fucking soup cans and sucked a bunch of cocks.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was like, you want to talk about overrated to begin with. Fucking Andy Warhol, Jesus.
Fucking hack.
actually honor their relationship with me as employer-employee situation. They do my own tax. They do my tax every year and keep record of my income, which is below minimum wage.
Oh my God, the babbling.
$3,200 a year, which is ridiculous to make that low of wage. You know, this is 2021. I've been making that low of wage since 2009.
This is one of the.
You don't work. You do laundry once a week.
This is one of the classic Hypernova moves, by the way, is just complete filibustering, which probably has worked for him in the past. Like, I can imagine many situations where he just did this and babbled until somebody's like, all right, here.
Here, shut
Just
up.
go away. Just leave me alone.
In fact, I think it was even lower at first. I had to argue with him to make it that high of a thing, $5,200 a year. Like, that's ridiculous. So anyway, I've lived on a meal a day for several years now, for most months of the past several years.
You live on a meal a day because you choose to. I've heard your parents offer you a bunch of food and you're like, I don't like those kind of wings.
Yeah.
I don't like that's not the pizza from the pizza place I like.
Yeah, you're a fucking stubborn, selfish little which is why you don't eat. Every time you've shown a video of you and your families there, they're all eating. Have you ever seen a video when he's taping his family and they're not eating? They're always over and having,
Of course.
It's usually when they're all there, they're having a meal. Or remember they're outside barbecuing the one time and the black brother-in-law was like, hey, what up, man? You want a hot dog? And he was like,
No.
like, and it's like, yeah, they're all eating. Like, you're the prima donna. You're the one, like Royce said, I don't like that kind of pizza. Whereas, like, even if it's shitty pizza, if I walk in any room and, like, Royce is like, you want some pizza? I'm like, fuck
Yeah, I'll get pizza.
Even when it's shitty pizza, you're like, yeah, I'll grab a slice. Pizza's pizza. His stupid health burritos, all this other shit. It's like, oh, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
Just to save all my money, or as much as I can. That's so crazy.
I think that's the end of this particular video.
You know, even if these boomers fucked up with him, which clearly they did because they got two sons that are, you know, that weren't exactly home runs. But even if you place some of the blame on this on the parents, which you should, it's a mixed bag. Do you not still feel kind of bad for them?
I still feel bad for them.
Just having to like live in this prison.
Well, there's a reason I feel bad for them.
Because they got a decent house. They got you know what I mean? Outside of him, they got the brother-in-law with the kids, and they come over, and it's like, you know, I'm sure like any other family, I'm sure none of them are perfect.
No, of course.
But, you know, they interact, and they get the dinners, and they're trying to be, they're all just trying to live their lives. And this black fucking hole is always around. It's...
This is him explaining on camera my transphobic sister and brother-in-law exploiting a violent skinhead passing away.
Of course, yes. Of course they are.
I mean, granted, it is the middle of winter right now, so I'm just bundled up in sweaters and, you know, staying warm. But I can't really wear dresses in this house without crazy harassments, especially from my mom, who's a total bigot.
Wait, she's bigoted against sweater wearers?
No, he can't wear dresses in the house.
Dresses.
Yeah.
Extreme right-wing values from Kentucky. Awful bigots.
But then leave.
Once this Andy Warhol deal comes through for his baked potato room, he will leave, Mike. Fucking focus.
Baked potato. See, it's like imagine, it's like. It's like you're the baked potato, and that's why you're looking out at the foil.
Oh, I see.
And then here's my steering wheel from a boat with a swirl thing on it.
It's so bad. Everything is so bad.
I stuck a swirl thing on it in the same pattern as the old cookies that used to come with Dunkaroos.
Oh yeah, remember those? Yeah.
I call this one Le Dunkaroo.
As money, awful. Absolutely awful. All of these people purely exploit a situation for themselves.
Is he saying other people are exploiting a situation?
Yeah, they're all the ones doing the things he's actually doing. But I've never felt, even growing up in a admittedly, in retrospect, probably abusive household, I never felt this terrified and trapped where I had to hide in rooms and mumble to myself. But if I felt that way anywhere, I would leave, right? Like, of course. You would just go, yeah, I'm out of here. Even if you didn't have the money or whatever, you know what? I'll figure it out. Right. I got to go. I can't be here anymore. You people are literally beating me every day. Like, you just have to go. He's bitching and bitching and bitching, and it's like, you're an adult man. Just leave. This isn't a video of a 6-year-old going, I'm scared, and my mommy and daddy beat me, and I don't know where to go. That would be heart-wrenching. You'd go like, poor fucking kid. Mm-hmm. You're an adult man. Just leave.
7.5 years of beatings. Violent beatings and harassments. And I've suffered from erythrodermic psoriasis. It's a genetic condition on I'll just show my hands, I guess. It's hard to hold a camera.
Ah! Ugh. Oh my God!
He's got hands like I would imagine Ian McKellen's hands look like.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But, I mean, don't mind the awful...
You know what I just realized, too? Do you know how you could break... You know how you could break Dayton Hypernova? Mm. Just ask him the one thing nobody ever asks him. I guarantee you could make this guy almost have a stroke if you just sat down and went, all right, you know what? Fine. Let's agree on everything. Everything you're saying is true. What do you want? What do you want?
Attention.
But he'll never say that.
Of course, he'll never admit it.
So you go, What is it? What, like, right now, a path to being whole. What is it? What is it? What do you want them to do? What is it you want? Because you just bitch. What would fit? What is the one thing you want. And I guarantee if he sat there and thought about it long enough, he might actually just kill himself.
Remember when his
Because
dad?
he doesn't know what he wants. He just wants to complain.
His dad. Remember going on what you're saying. Remember that time his dad offered him $3,000 if he would leave. He said, "I'll give you $3,000 cash."
And
all
then
you
he
have to-
and he comes like, no.
No.
Where? So anyway, I mean, this is all psoriasis all over my legs. This bleeds all over my body. That bleeds all over my body from because it's erythrodermic psoriasis. It's extreme.
I know, and let me guess, your aunt had
and
it.
It basically, it bleeds from stress, from any stress factors. I mean, I'm scratching right there just because I'm slightly nervous, just because they're all known to bully me. They're all much larger.
Known
people
by
than me.
whom?
I'm very skinny. I live on one meal a day in this house.
All things you have control
sometimes
over.
half a meal a day. And I can't wear dresses in my house without crazy things happening to me from the family. And my
Imagine
sister
that's
and
your
husband.
biggest complaint.
You
is
can't
that
wear dresses.
You're
in the house.
choosing not to eat enough, and you're not allowed to wear your dresses. Did you? Were you even like? You probably were vetoed more often than not as a kid when you wanted to express yourself, right?
Of
Like,
course.
that's what normal families
You're supposed
do.
to, yeah.
No, you're not wearing that. No, you're not getting your eyebrow pierced at 12. Get out of here. You know what I mean?
Everybody
Like,
would look like the
that.
kid from fucking Big Daddy when Adam Sandler let him dress himself.
Yes. And it's like that's a good like, you know, I wouldn't have been able to wear dresses in the house either because it's not your house. Like the whole point is like, give it up. You know, give some credit to some of these. At least they went, okay, you know what? I'm leaving this bigoted household and I'm never coming back. And they went off and, you know, fixed up a house in some black neighborhood and pushed all the black people out, and they made their own way in the world.
enablers of the violence. They completely exploit any of the situation in their favor. That's why I keep it all on record. This is crazy. I mean, where do you go when you have erythrodermic psoriasis all over your body? It's affected by the cold climate outside.
Move
That
somewhere
bleeds
warm.
From that as well as the stress factors. And these people. You know,
Move to a nice, warm, dry climate in the desert.
And they don't even
Yeah,
like
do you like the movie Tombstone?
Yeah, get shot through your fucking liver while you're playing pool.
I mean, that's not the thing I bet, but okay.
Yeah, I want you to end up like Tombstone too, like Morgan Earp in Tombstone.
face masks. So I stay in my room.
Morgan Earp.
Morgan Earp, yes.
Morgan Earp.
Yes, can somebody make that for us, please? Morgan Earp. I love it.
God awful. Pigs. Pigs, assholes, everyone in the family is a jerk.
Then leave.
But like maybe you're the jerk, right? Because it's like I think it's almost universally accepted at this point, Earp, that you're the jerk, that the jerk store called and they're all out of you, sir. It's not the other people.
Happy-go-lucky about it, too. Ugh. I mean, that's awful. They probably, I mean, bring 3 small kids around with a skinhead. That's awful.
But what does he want? You know what I mean? And I know it's like a rhetorical thing. I know there's no legitimate answer to that. But what do you want?
Well, Mike, I'll tell you what I want.
Oh no. Oh no.
My name is Earl, and I am became a girl just to get more fans. It was cool for a week or two. That's when things came unglued. My brother Sherman is moving back in. I never thought that I would see him again.
F's in the chat for Sherman.
He thinks I'm crazy.
R.I.P.
and that's no surprise. He still just treats me like one of the guys. He fucking beats me. Trust
This is great.
La 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 la. I try real hard to get the video proof, but I have none. It's every day. He was clean for about an hour. After that, he drank some whiskey sour. He swung at me with all that he had. No help from mom and no help from dad. My brother Sherman is moving back in. A failed boxer with a quadruple chin. This is the doesn't realize I'm just a free out, dysmorphic guy. He fucking beats me. Trust he fucking beats me.
This best band ever, by the way. The fact that you did a Puddle of Mud cover just makes you the man. The footage is great too.
Videos are for me to vent to myself because there are no people who reach out to me during the beatings that they all know about on social media. Everyone knows about the beatings.
That
That's
was
amazing. Very
Local
good
Enterprise
job.
Broadcasting.
Very good job. Very funny.
I'm going to post the link. Local Enterprise Broadcasting. It's just so good. It's so very good.
God,
There
I
you
hate
go.
him. I hate him so much. I hate him so much.